This is certainly one of the most highly debated topics in track and field, and it's what's happened to NCAA stars after they graduate college. And a lot of people is always wondering, wow, this guy used to run fast, that guy used to run fast, this girl used to run super fast, and now they're not doing as good as they used to. And I have to tell you, it's not what people think. People always think it's like some conspiracy happening. Oh, they're burnt out. Oh, they ran too much races in college. No, I want you to sit back and do the math here. If you ran too much races in college, do you think your body is just overran? You're in some of the best shape of your life. Most people are graduating college like 21, 22. Actually, let me take that back. This is the new era of track and field. People are graduating college at 25, 26, and nothing's wrong with that. I mean, college have no age limit, so I mean, it's different. But regardless, you're still in the peak shape. So all those races that you ran in the past is not all of a sudden just catching up on you. It's something that is very obvious, but I don't think most people think about. I mean, if running races had so much to do with you burning out, most people burn out by college. Think about how much races that people ran in high school. They're running like 6, 7 races per meet. I mean, a little exaggeration, but you get what I mean. They were running a lot in high school. That would have caught up to you in college, son. That didn't happen. So I think the biggest change, as somebody who's experienced it myself, I mean, I went from college to being pro, is the lifestyle change. And a lot of people don't account for that when they're going pro. You're just told to move from, hey, you have these classes to go to, you have training after that, you have your competition set up for you on the weekend to, okay, it's your life now, figure it out. I think that drastic lifestyle change is the biggest thing that affects collegiate athletes' performance post-college, because nobody really sits down and tell you how to navigate life now that you're not a collegiate athlete. And it's a whole difference being a professional athlete and being a collegiate athlete. There's things that change, and mostly it's going to be your lifestyle. The athletes who are best able to navigate this change are the ones that keep their lifestyle similar to college, because if you were doing something and it was successful, the main goal is to do that and do it a little bit better, right? So let me walk you through a day of a collegiate athlete and a pro athlete that's different. Mostly in a professional standpoint, you're going to train in the early morning. In college, you're going to train in the afternoon. That might seem like nothing but a little shift, but that does change your body composition a little bit. One, you have to wake up early in the morning. I mean, as a professional athlete, yes, you're supposed to wake up in the morning. A lot of people can't deal with that, and they don't know how to navigate that. For school, you have to wake up for class. So it's a difference now. You don't have to wake up. You're a pro, you're an adult. That switch actually has an effect on people. If you're more disciplined, if you needed that discipline in your life to say you had to get up for class, then college worked for you. But if you're not as disciplined, where you don't have anybody that's telling you, then a lot of people might miss training, or they might just be more sluggish when they come to training because they're not mentally ready. In college, you have this set schedule. You have to go here, 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 right? And that's just how it is. You have to be there. When you're a pro, there's no set schedule. And some people need that structure for somebody to tell them, you have to get treatment between X and Z time. If you don't get treatment, naturally you're going to get hurt, right? A lot of people end up don't getting treatment because they don't have to. Nobody's forcing them to. And the next thing is, your pro coach will not be on you as serious as your collegiate coach will. Your collegiate coach life depends on you running fast. For your pro coach, you already paid him before. Maybe there's some bonus structure if you run faster, then they get more money, but they already paid up front. So they're not as motivated to be on you to make sure you're doing this and that. And you're a full-grown adult. Like, another person is not going to tell an adult, say, hey, you have to do this. I mean, some coaches, depending on your relationship, might be on them a little bit more, but that does affect, how motivated they are. And you might think, oh, they're a professional athlete, they're just naturally motivated. That's not how it works. Everybody is different, and the college lifestyle is different from the pro lifestyle. The next thing is nutrition. When you're in college, you actually eat better because you're on this set schedule. You're getting fed by the school. If you go to a top school, that is. I know every school don't do that, but for the most part, at a Division I college, you're getting fed by the school. Now, as a pro, you're responsible for your eating. I would recommend that every pro hire a nutritionist if you can afford it, and a chef if you can afford it, because this keeps you on track. A lot of people don't understand how much their diet affects their performances, including myself. I didn't know how important it was. Your diet really is the gas to your car, and if you're putting bad gas in there, the car just isn't going to operate well, and that affects athletes a lot when they go pro, and they don't notice it till after that. Hey, a lot of the reasons why I was getting so hurt is because I just wasn't putting enough nutrients, the right nutrients, into my body, and that affects my performance. Those are some big differences that collegiate athletes enjoy, but pro athletes don't enjoy. That structure and everything. Next thing is going to be the competition-wise, right? When you're competing as a college athlete, most likely you're going to have your race set out for you every weekend, and your coach already knows you've been doing this for years. That's going to be the same. As a pro, it's more sporadic. You don't know exactly when you're going to run. Unless you're one of those big athletes where all the meets is already scheduled out for you, then you don't have that problem. But most college athletes has to get their foot solid in the ground before they have like a set schedule leading out. But the closer you can keep your pro schedule to how your college schedule was, the better, honestly. If you were somebody in college that wasn't running every week and you can set that schedule to be the same cadence or similar cadence, then you could work with that. But a lot of pro coaches don't do that. They just go into straight teaching you like a professional, which could work depending on some person. But some people, you need a transition. That's why it's good to have a coach that has specific things for you. They have specific workouts. They are setting you up for a specific goal. A lot of coaches just have cookie cutter programs, and those programs don't work for everybody. So you see a lot of pros, they go to a certain camp, and there's one camp that's popular for this. They give the same program as everybody, even though everybody's a different runner. And it doesn't work, so you say, oh, this guy was running so fast. Then they just end up not running as fast as a pro because of all these different reasons. So those are some of the biggest things. And this is why a lot of college athletes go pro. They train out there, it doesn't work out. And then they go back to their college coach because they're looking for that same structure. So it's a lot to do with the structure, the lifestyle change, the diet, and the competition schedule. There's more to it, but those are the biggest ones that cause athletes to not perform the same. So there's a lot of ins and outs of what causes it. If you have any suggestions, let me know. What do you think it is that causes college athletes to not compete well when they're pro? Because there's a thing that makes a difference, I believe. And I don't think they get burnt out. If you think they get burnt out, let me know the logics behind that. Because if you get burnt out in college, why don't you get burnt out as a pro? You're running a lot of races depending on the type of athlete you are.